Hello YouTube and Facebook. Today I'm going to be talking about the Magician card. And the tarot deck that I'm going to be using is the Tarot of Nefertari. As I said previously, I will be doing a video on this deck because this is absolutely one of the most beautiful decks that I have. And the thing that makes it so beautiful is the gold background that each of the cards or most of the cards have. So if you get a chance, and if you're on Amazon, I would highly recommend going out and getting that deck because it is absolutely beautiful. Alright, so the Magician card in this tarot deck is totally different than the Magician card in the Rider-Waite deck. I read it a little bit differently than I do the Magician card in the Rider-Waite deck because the symbology is a lot different. Now, the Magician card in this deck is represented by the Nectar Hapi from Ancient Kemet. Now, the Nectar Hapi is presented as blue, and I always associate it with the blue Nile that comes from Ethiopia. But the Nectar Hapi also represents upper and lower Kemet because of the papyrus plant that is there. And the papyrus plant represents upper and lower Kemet. He has some of the elements that's present in this card. You have the solar disc that looks like it's around the solar plexus here. And that's just, associated with the different chakras that lines your spinal column. The Nectar Hapi also has the symbol of the sun right here with an ankh on it, which represents life. And the Hapi is what brings life to the Nile, because without Hapi, without the annual flooding of the Nile, if you didn't have that, people couldn't eat. You couldn't grow anything. So this is a very important deity to the ancient Kemites. Also here you have what looks like a bowl, and the Nectar Hapi is a lot of times he's presented as pouring water. This nectar is also associated with Aquarius. So as we enter into the so-called age of Aquarius, you can also, if you're thinking more Kemetic, you can say that we're entering into the age of Hapi. Now, the Nectar Hapi is both male and female because the Nectar Hapi, you can't really see it in this card, but the Nectar Hapi has a breast. And in some depictions, you can see like a belly that's almost looks like it's pregnant. Which basically represents, giving birth and giving. It's a nurturing type of deity also, because without the Nile, without the flooding of the Nile, people would starve, people would die. So it's very, very important deity. The papyrus plant represents upper and lower Kemet. The bowl here represents bowls in tarot. To me, they represent friendship. They represent giving. They represent fellowship. You have here a staff, a blue staff, which represents the wheel, which represents air, and you have what looks like a wand here too. So a lot of symbology here, and he's also, it looks like he's sort of like floating on the Nile too. He has one foot like inside the water, but he has the other leg sort of like on top of the water. So it's like kind of floating down the Nile like a boat. So the symbology in this card is very, very beautiful. If we get this card in a tarot reading, I would say that it represents living in harmony with your environment. It represents the psychic mind. It represents creation. Um, so that is something that we all do on, a greater or lesser level. So very beautiful symbology that goes along with this tarot card. As I said before, I would highly recommend you getting this deck. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this card. This is one of those cards you have to sit and meditate on. Because as you meditate on it and you look at the card, you will see different things. Alright, so until next time, love is the law, and as always, peace.